Hello, my name is Dennis, and welcome to my trailer park white trash mobile home kitchen. I really do live in a mobile home, in a trailer park, and this is my kitchen. In this video, I'm going to return back to my glorious college days. I'm going to be making egg rolls. I practically lived on egg rolls when I was in college because I could make them very inexpensively. I would make 50, 60, 70 of them at a time, wrap them individually in foil. I even recycled my foil to save money and stacked them in my freezer. And when I was hungry and needed something to eat, I didn't have any money, I'd take out 2 or 4 egg rolls, deep fat fry them. They were a meal unto themselves because of the wheat starch on the outside. That was my bread layer, let's just say. There were vegetables inside, meat, full meal. One of my friends at the time, my surfer friend Ward, who was as dirt poor as I was in college, he would occasionally call me and say, I don't have any money, I'm hungry, can I come over to your house for some egg rolls? And I'd make egg rolls for him. I've got an interesting story that goes along with my making of egg rolls. One day I set about to make my egg rolls. I had my stuffing mix ready to go, my filling, and I started making my egg rolls. I didn't have enough egg roll wrappers. I needed one more package of egg roll wrappers. Back then in the Pantry Pride store, they were $1.33. I'm looking around my place for money. I have no money in my wallet. I have 1 quarter and 1 dime, 35 cents in the bowl that I used for my laundry money. I'm searching pockets everywhere. I can't find the dollar that I need. I was kind of into Eastern religious philosophies back then. I was reading the Bhagavad Gita, etc. So I called out to the cosmos, let me borrow $1. I just need $1. I'll pay you back. And this little voice in my head said, walk to the store. You'll find what you need along the way. Out I went. Took my 35 cents, walked to the store, got halfway to Pantry Pride. There was a dollar bill on the side of the road. I went and bought my egg roll wrappers, came back, finished up my egg rolls. A few weeks later, when I had some money, I bicycled back down that road and dropped a dollar bill on the side of the road, paying my debt to the universe. That's a true story. So, having told you all that, let's get into the ingredients I'm going to use for making my egg rolls today. I have here about 8 ounces of pork. And when I was in college, I used turkey because that was the least expensive. You can use chicken, you can use chopped up ham, shrimp, whatever you'd like as far as your meat source. I have 2 stalks of celery, 3 green onions, 2 ounces of bean sprouts. This is where I'm going to depart a little bit from the Chinese way of doing things. I have a couple sprigs here of Italian flat leaf parsley. I'm using 1/4 teaspoon of fresh ginger root. That's what's in this little plastic pack here. When I buy ginger, I buy it, a lot of it, chop it up. This is actually a 1/2 teaspoon. I'll only be using half of this. And then I heat seal it in these little plastic packs and put it in the freezer. I probably have 25, 30 of these in the freezer. Whenever I need ginger, I've got it. And then I've got a couple of cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of fish sauce. This is kind of strange stuff. This is extract of anchovy. I found this in the Oriental food section of the grocery store, but I haven't seen it there lately. If I were to go looking for this again, I probably would only find it in an Asian Oriental food market. If you don't want to use fish sauce, but you still want the flavor of anchovy in there, it doesn't give it a fishy flavor. It just adds a little bit of flavor. You could use, if you want, 1 anchovy fillet. Just break it up really well when you mix up your ingredients, or leave it out altogether. Then I have salt and pepper. I'm probably not going to use any salt, but it's there in case I need it. I'll taste a little bit of the mix after I cook it to see if it needs salt. I will be putting pepper in there. And then again, my Western influence, I've got some herbs here, a generous pinch each of tarragon, marjoram, and oregano. I've been doing that since my days in college. And then I have my egg roll skins. I actually have another 2 packages in the refrigerator just in case I need them. And then I have about 6 cups here of vegetable oil for frying. So those are the ingredients that I'm using for my egg rolls. Everything, of course, has to be chopped. So I'm going to start just chopping everything up kind of fine. I'm using a knife here. I might be more inclined to do this with a food processor, but this is going to work. And as I said, I got a lot of chopping because all those vegetables have to be chopped. So this is going to take me a while. I'll show you what things look like after everything is all chopped up. I thought I'd just take a minute to show you how to get one way, at least, to get the celery minced up pretty fine. I'm cutting long strips here, maybe 1/4 of an inch thick. Most of you, many of you probably already know how to do this, but for those of you who might not, okay, and then you just start chopping. And what you end up with is a fairly fine dice. So that's one way of chopping celery. My chopping is finished. There's my bean sprouts chopped up. I got my meat all chopped up, my celery, green onions. This is my garlic, my parsley, and this is the ginger from that little packet. This was already chopped. I hope you can appreciate how finely chopped these are. I don't want my egg rolls to be lumpy. By having them well chopped, I'll have smoother egg rolls. So now I'm ready to start mixing my ingredients together. I have everything ready to mix up. My meat, my celery, bean sprouts, green onions. There's my soy sauce, fish sauce, Italian parsley, fresh ginger, my garlic, and finally my herbs. I'm just going to mix this all together. Oh, wait a minute, forgot. Just want to add some black pepper. And there it is. That should be good enough. Now I can start filling my egg rolls. I have my egg roll wrappers here. A little bit of water. I'll show you what that's for. I'm going to put a good, generous helping of this filling, like one big heaping teaspoon, onto my wrapper, and then start this rolling. When you get down to about, I don't know, maybe 1/3 to 1/2 of the way, bring your ends in, your sides, I guess you would say, and then keep rolling. Put a little bit of water on the end there and seal it. And there is an egg roll. Let me do a close-up of that so you can see it better. All right, so put, again, a good, generous heaping tablespoon of filling on that. Start rolling this up. I try to pull it tight. I mean, you don't want to get it so tight that you tear the skin, but you also don't want a really loose, floppy egg roll. And I kind of roll it up to where, say, the front part of this roll is about equal to the 2 points on either side. And then start tucking these ends, these 2 sides in, the 2 side points. Okay? And I'm looking at this, and this is angled in just slightly along this edge, so I don't have these edges flopping over the end. And then to get a good tight seal, you can actually wet this whole point like an envelope, the flap of an envelope, and just roll that up. And there is our egg roll. I've been heating my oil here to between 350 and 375 degrees. I'm going to cook these a few at a time. And these are going to cook in about 3 to 4 minutes. These are really rolling now. That's telling me that the inside of it is cooking, where all the moisture is. So that's a good indication that it's cooking all the way through. I'm at 3.5 minutes right now, so I'm going to go to 4, and that should be enough. Okay, these have been cooking for 4 minutes. Nicely browned, look at that. I'm going to cut one of these open just to make sure that it's cooked all the way through. So hopefully you can see that. That is cooked all the way through. I know that 4 minutes is plenty of time to get these nicely cooked. So I have another 8 to go. I ended up with 11 of these. And then we'll be ready to eat. There they are, 10 egg rolls. I don't have the 11th one on here, the one that I cut in half. So figure that that batch of filling that I gave you for the recipe makes about 11 to a dozen egg rolls. My last step is to taste these and bring back my memories of college days. I did want to mention that I didn't add any salt to this. I didn't think it would with all that soy sauce in it. So let me see how these taste. Oh. Meaty. Got plenty of flavor to it. I haven't made these in probably at least 10 years, if not longer than that. This really brings back memories of my college days. Hopefully my buddy Ward is watching this. Hey Ward, hope you're doing okay. Meanwhile, I gotta go eat my egg rolls. For a printable PDF copy of this recipe with step-by-step photographs, visit the White Trash Cooking website and look on the home page or in the recipe archive.